Oh, again, Doomers. I'm back. Back talking to you from the Hellscape. Uh, a sunny Hellscape at the moment. Uh, what's the temperature? Show me the fucking temperature. 17 degrees in the Hellscape. It was humid during the week, so we got a 1 day of heat coupled with humidity. Uh, the temperature seems to have decreased a little bit, so the normies will be aghast because the summer that they were anticipating is not materializing. Oh dear. On the plus side, they can always jump on a Ryanair plane and fuck off to some part of Spain where they can melt like Roman candles if they want the heat. Um, so I'm just going to talk to you briefly before I take my daily jaunt in the wilderness. The wilderness. Fucking trees. Copse of trees. Uh, and hedgerows. Uh, Last year I tried to hide from a normie, or hide from normies, and I couldn't. They were everywhere, omnipresent normies. So I had to climb up a tree, one of the few trees. I climbed up it just to escape the normies. One of them still found me, still managed to find me, walked to the tree I was sitting in, stood at the bottom of the tree, and decided to look up, see me. Then, obviously, inquire why I was up a fucking tree. So, yeah, I'm going to talk to you before I take my daily constitutional out the canal bank. Hopefully, the normies will be elsewhere doing pointless things, maybe getting their hair done or bee stung lips. The bee stung lips is a phrase that probably confuses kids at the moment. What's a bee, mother? What's a bee, daddy? Uh, uh, Actually, I was talking about the insect apocalypse a lot recently because I had noticed the absence of flying insects in the hellscape. A lot of the other doomers were reporting similar things in their corner of the world. Couldn't see any butterflies, bees, any flying insects. And we know, the flying insect populations have decreased 78% since 2004. It's a big number. So obviously all the doomers were, keeping an eye out for our little winged friends. And yeah, in the hellscape where I live is called Limerick. Shithole. Never come here. Avoid it at all costs. Terrible place, irredeemable. The folk that live in Limerick are also ghastly. But we won't talk about that. So I was wandering around the few places remaining in the hellscape where you can see trees or natural vegetation, and I was keeping an eye out for flying insects, and I couldn't find any. Then a strange thing happened on Wednesday. this week I went to a local graveyard. It's a lovely place. It's one of those really gothic old graveyards. And I went there because normies don't go there anymore. Because sometimes there are homeless people or ne'er do wells who frequent the cemetery injecting drugs, that kind of thing. So that's kind of scared away the normies. So I figured it would be a good place for a black hat doomer to go, particularly if they're seeking silence and the absence of normies. So I went there on Wednesday afternoon. Before meeting my doomer best mate, I decided to go to the cemetery, and I saw the most magnificent little butterfly. Just beautiful. I thought it was just a large white, but it wasn't. Its wings were kind of veined with mint. Beautiful. Also friendly, uh, because the butterfly decided to spend time with me, and that was fabulous. So I saw a really friendly butterfly on Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know. Every day just feels like fucking same now. Well, what day is it? Doomsday. um, so yeah, I think it was Tuesday. That's when I went to the cemetery and befriended a butterfly. Then on Wednesday, Wednesday was the day where Ireland experienced a little bit of heat and relatively high humidity. Not like the chaps over in the Middle East. It wasn't that kind of humidity that will sooner or later wipe out tens of thousands of people in the space of a few hours. And yeah, as I say, there was a bit of heat and a bit of humidity. So I was out in along the bank, and it was just a stunning day. Ireland, we have destroyed it nearly completely, but you know, if you're somewhere with a few trees and the sun is shining, Ireland can be a relatively beautiful place. But the most amazing thing happened. Everywhere I looked, there were flying insects. Um, I saw more than 50 butterflies. I saw lots of blue damselflies. And I also saw some fabulous dragonflies. And not only uh, did I see lots of flying insects. I actually got to see them play. Yeah, I got to see the butterflies play amongst themselves, and the blue damselflies were doing the same. And the crazy dragonflies, sure, they're always up to their antics. So I got to see lots of them, but I also got to witness them in a really good mood and dancing with each other and playing with each other. It was really beautiful. And yeah, I was happy to tell the Doomers about that. It can't all be the bad news. Sometimes Doomers get to see things that are objectively beautiful and consoling. So yeah, after this, I'll go out there again, and hopefully, I'll get to witness similar similar levels of activity today. Probably just jinx myself, and there'll be fuck all out there, but it is what it is. So I don't even know why I'm online talking to you guys. Um, yeah, it's kind of a slow news day. Not the economic stuff is fabulous. Um, and I enjoy the economic part of collapse a lot. I know other doomers, uh, kind of more interested in the deep end of collapse. They want, extinctions, uh, record breaking sea surface temperatures, that kind of, which is, obviously massively important. But I kind of like the shallow end of collapse also. I've, interest in the economy, failing energy systems, resource wars, that kind of thing. So there's plenty of crazy economic shit happening. I still think fundamentally the economy will, or the markets, the economy is already fucked. Obviously, the economy is fucked. So I'm talking about the markets now, the equity markets. I think they'll manage to survive maybe until the election in the US. Then, yeah, it's capitulation time. Been waiting so long for those fucking things to capitulate. Well, ever since I realized that or central bankers, were hell bent on creating an equity super bubble. I've been waiting in the wings, in the long grass. Yeah. uh, just reading this morning, New York Community Bank Corp, or Bank Corporation. They won the Bank Corporations or Bank Corps. Yeah, NYCB. It's getting kind of fucked up again. Banks been getting fucked up for the last few months. It's just after getting fucked up again because of its exposure to bad CRE loans. Oh, wow, who saw that coming? So yeah, no, the market capitulation will come. We just need to be patient, and then all the normies will lose their jobs, and they'll freak out. It's also enjoyable, particularly because said normies have to service massive levels of debt now to maintain their bloated, empty lifestyles. Good luck with that, you bag of bastards. Um, let's talk about normies some more. Fuck normies. Yeah, let's talk about normies. But I don't really want to give out about normies or describe particular behaviors that are irksome. Instead, I want to discuss doomer strategies for dealing with normies, and more particularly fucking with normies and annoying normies or that kind of thing. It is important. I hope my voice is okay. I sound a little bit croaky. I sound like I've died a few days ago and just haven't realized yet. So hopefully the voice will maintain. So when I do go out for my constitutional today, I will invariably meet normies, and they will invariably try to interact with me. And uh, obviously, that's not really why I go to the shattered remnants of nature in the Hellscape. It's not to shoot the shit with normies. Ah, yes, nothing more that I like to do than, walk as far as my legs will take me, find myself sitting under a fucking tree, talking about the football match with a normie. So these are just some of my strategies. You can add yours if you have strategies. Stick them in the comments or whatever. Um, put them in the comments. I want timestamps. Somebody do timestamps. Uh, you couldn't do timestamps on these videos. They'd be ridiculous. 5 minutes, butterflies. Uh, minute 7, jug your neighbour, power hoses his child. Um, oh, yeah, yeah. So, strategies for dealing with normies. Now, where I'm going, the normies, they'll be jogging. They will be jogging, the power walking, or walking their dogs, or walking their children. Uh, you don't see the single guys, who are just out there, or single people, men or women, um, or the in between peeps. The fucking them, whatever. Um, it's very rare you actually see somebody who's walking alone, taking in nature, maybe even sitting down. Most normies, their interaction with nature is essentially when they drive there uh, in their lycra shorts, and then they run through it as fast as possible back to civilization. Um, but yeah, so they're the kind of normies that I'll meet today. By and large, it is during the work day. So mainly it'll be, sort of people walking dogs, maybe, but you don't know. It could be anyone. There could be a marching band out in the wilderness. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but with the dog walkers, the easiest way to deal with them is if they're trying to interact with you, salute the dog. So, oh, hello, doggo. Completely blank the normie. Just look at the doggo, salute the doggo, blank the normie. Yeah, that's one strategy. Now, obviously, normies will try to interact with you by mainly identifying the part of the day, that kind of thing. So the morning, or afternoon, or evening, if they're feeling extra generous, they might throw in an adjective like good. Yeah, if they're feeling really adventurous, they might include a question tag. Nice morning, isn't it? This kind of thing. Um, in that situation, particularly if they just say morning, afternoon, evening, just say it is. Yeah, yeah, it is. You have successfully identified the part of the day and interacted with me for no good reason. Now, obviously, I know why people engage in these social protocols. I know that they're trying to establish rapport, or at least indicate that they mean me no harm. That is fundamentally why most of these social protocols exist. But I don't get anything out of it. Sort of, I get nothing out of this. If these people are, sufficiently worried about other peeps, that they have to go out of their way to just banefully interact with them and demonstrate their friendliness, that's their business. I just couldn't give a fuck about any normie that I meet. I'm not going to feel intimidated. So there's no need for this social protocol. It's all right, Normie. I'm not afraid of you. Fuck off. Silently. Silently. Fuck off. Silently. So that's why I've kind of eschewed this pointless kind of social protocols. Also, if you were to do this consistently, you'd just be walking around saying, morning, morning, morning. Because I don't know about where you live, Doomers, but where I live, there's this thing. Well, I essentially, it's me and my Doomer mate kind of identify this. It's called the 10-second rule. And the 10-second rule is that every 10 seconds, you'll be looking at a different normie. Every 10 seconds, there'll be, a new fucking normie in front of you. Say, morning, morning. That's the 10-second rule. If you go out to these places later at night, there probably won't be a normie every 10 seconds because they're scared of the dark. Even though nowhere is dark now, even on the nature spots, they have street lights. They've illuminated all of these places, so you can't even see the stars anymore. There's just so much disgusting light pollution. And again, that's just to accommodate normies. Oh, well, why did we put street lights everywhere in the forest? The normies felt scared walking there during the evening. They felt insecure because there could be another person there. So we installed streetlights everywhere. That's good fucking thinking. So yeah, with the 10-second rule, even if you wanted to be nice to peeps, which I don't, obviously, but if you were more generous of spirit than me and you wanted to be nice, it'd be physically taxing because every 10 seconds, particularly if you're doing something, if you're trying to fucking write or something, you know, morning, morning, morning. It's unsustainable. It's an unsustainable social practice. It's exhausting. So yeah, if somebody points out the part of the day, I will say it is, or yeah, or whatever. These are my go-to retorts. Sometimes I just couldn't be arsed generating a word or a phrase, so I just go. That's particularly if I'm doing something, and particularly another thing I do is so normie is kind of walking towards me, and if I'm sitting on a bench, normie is walking towards me, and the closer they get, I'll kind of move my head in the other direction to establish that I just don't want to look at them. It disgusts me so much. I don't even want to look at you. But I also, in a way, it demonstrates that I trust them. Yeah, I trust you so much. You seem so friendly. I don't even have to look at you because you're sound. You're not going to attack me. So you can even do this. Look, sort of, oh, Jesus Christ, as hello, morning. And yeah, they get the look of haughty derision. They get that look. So yeah, listen, These aren't really strategies. They're not good strategies. It's not the art of war or anything like that. Um, what are my other strategies for dealing with normies? Um, yeah, normies obviously they like talking and particularly talking about subjects of no significance or consequence, usually related to their schedules or consumption patterns, but always vapid to a fault. But and they'll continue for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And then I went here and I bought this, and you and I took him here and there. Just eventually they'll have to stop speaking. Maybe they need to have a drink. They will have to start speaking for some reason. And they'll expect, I don't know, some response or or engagement. Oh, you went to that place. Oh, this kind of thing. Uh, just give them nothing. Just gives them nothing. Now I know it's harder. It's harder to do in real life. Sort of to actually give them nothing. I do it, and I'd be quite good at doing it. But it is more difficult of a strategy. Um, so I usually do that. you know, what the fuck do you want me to say about your stupid anecdote? It's not funny. It's not a joke. It's certainly not interesting. You just spoke for 15 minutes about going to the supermarket. Uh, so there's nowhere for me to go. Um, Even if I was a normie, you know, I don't give a fuck that you're at the supermarket. It's just not going to cut the mustard. So yeah, just be comfortable with the kind of shrug. In general, just all forms of paralanguage. If it's paralanguage is body language. So you may get, I told you before I have a mild facial tic, which is fine today. But I do express myself a lot with my face and my eyebrows. Uh, so I do like that. But yeah, if somebody talks to you, I don't know, going to the supermarket, or uh, I I bought a new washing machine in a shop, this kind of crap, then just that will suffice. Now, if they're expressing an opinion, an opinion about, I do normies like expressing opinions about, oh yes, about how bad the government is, or inflation, or immigration. They will foreigners. They'll continue for a dreadfully long period of time. Um, but again, they'll want to drink, they'll have to stop expressing their opinion for at least a few seconds so they can imbibe some liquor, or, I don't know, breathe. So they'll have to stop talking. Now, if they were expressing a vitriolic opinion or speaking in a very impassioned way about a subject they know next to nothing about, then the best response, at least in my opinion, again, you can go your own way, doomers, but in that situation, I just do. Uh, that's my go-to response to normies expressing impassioned opinions for 15, 20 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Um, that should work to diffuse the conversation, and just to indicate that you don't fucking care what they think about anything, because obviously they're not able to generate meaningful sentences about subjects, particularly political subjects or economic subjects. So you are listening to noise in its purest form, just noise, invective, bullshit. Um, so yeah, be comfortable diminishing normies using paralanguage. If you must resort to words, uh, choose short words and maybe words that, again, just kind of undercut the normies' attempt at interaction. If they have a domestic animal, if they're walking a dog or a cat, Hellscape, you see peeps out now walking their fucking cats. Um, then just salute the doggo or the cat. So yeah, ignore the normie. Morning. Hello, doggo. Hello. Then you are allowed. So salute the doggo, and then on your way up, when you're moving your eyes back up again, make eye contact with the normie as you move your eyes past the normie, because you want to acknowledge the fact that you don't want to acknowledge their existence. That kind of, I know it's almost Hitchcockian, isn't it? Almost Hitchcockian. Obviously, if normies are driving cars, the best thing there is, because a normie thinks that when they are in a car that they have the right of way in every situation because they pay road tax. So they think that means that they have some kind of privileged right to use the roads, and pedestrians are lucky that they suffer them. This kind of shit. But occasionally, sort of, you'll be halfway across a road when the normie comes around the corner, breakneck speed, and they will stop, but don't look in the windscreen or do any of that, or put your hand up apologetically. Look the other way. Do not acknowledge the prick in a car, and never speed up in that situation. If a fucking normie stops their car because you were halfway across the road when they decided to come around a bend at around 100 miles an hour, never scurry, never hurry, maintain a slow, steady pace. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is that they knock you down. Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. But give them nothing. Give them nothing. It drives them mad. Or at pedestrian crossings. The pedestrians in the Hellscape, they're like serfs when they cross a pedestrian crossing. Oh, look, the cars have actually stopped because that's the law. So I'm going to be like, wave at everyone. Oh, thank you so much, my lord. Thank you for stopping, my lord. Then drivers are inside doing the fingers, all that crap. Don't do it. Don't do it. I did have to scream at a normie. What was it? I think it was the day I went to the cemetery. Yes, I was on my way to the cemetery, and I had to scream at a normie retard in a car. So I was at a traffic light, I pressed the traffic light. I was waiting for the green man to signal that I could cross the road. This fucking idiot drove around a roundabout and then just stopped. No, again, the lights hadn't transitioned, but he stopped. Sound normie in a car. And obviously he did that. Yeah. I permit you. I know. I'm a great driver. I'm sound. I'm lovely. I'm a scuttle off there, you pedestrian filth. Um, but obviously, there's two lanes of traffic, and the other lane, the cars there were continuing to thunder along. Yeah. So this prick expected me to go, oh, my lord, thank you, and scuttle off to the centre. And I don't know, try to not get hit by fucking cars or something. So, oh, Jesus Christ. I let it rip, and that prick, I really wanted him to get out of his car. So, get out of your car. Open the door, petal. Fucking idiot. That's, yeah, obviously every single traffic light you walk past, give that bad boy a little press. Anyone, not when you want to use the road, just press every traffic light and do it in such a way that the drivers can see you. I don't know, one of them might hang out the window and go, oh, there could be an ambulance. fucking ambulance. The old ambulance argument. Fuck him. Fuck the guy in the ambulance, too. His time is nigh. Just as well, there's another 8.1 billion of us. Oh, God. How long have I been waxing lyrical about fuck all? I am trying to shorten the duration of these fucking things because I, I'm just, yeah. I wouldn't listen to me talk shit for an hour. I think that's too long to listen to a weird kind of Irish doomer talk shit about nothing. It's probably a little bit too long. So I'm trying to keep it at a more respectable duration. I was hoping to aim for 30 minutes today. I do see that we've already crept up to 37. So I think we'll leave it there. Obviously, I haven't reviewed all of the little tricks of the trade that this doomer employs when he's forced to engage with normie filth. And obviously, you have alternative strategies. The one thing I don't do is, a lot of doomers just go, I just don't go out. There's fucking normies everywhere. Just gonna hang at home, this kind of thing. I don't do that. Maybe it's because I'm just surrounded by normies when I do that. But I know, no, I have to go out for maybe 7 or 8 hours every day. And with the 10-second rule, that means that every 10 seconds of those 8 hours, I have to make little strategic decisions about the best, most expedient way to neutralize interactions when normies nip him in the bud. I don't. Oh, but the normie might feel bad. Fuck the normie. The normie should feel bad because the normie is interacting with someone who obviously doesn't want to interact with them. But Ian, maybe they're expressing consent. Don't care. Anyway, yes, I'm starting up again, and that's not what I want to do. I want to be wrapping up. So I'm going to leave it there, Doomers. Again, I wouldn't watch this. Definitely don't subscribe to the channel I probably wouldn't even fucking like the video, comment on it, or just fucking anything. Just leave this video. Just die on YouTube. Just let it fucking die. Essentially, these things are for me. Just pass a little bit of time before I go outside and deal with fucking normies. Anyway, wherever you are, Doomers, I hope you have a splendiferous Friday and a lovely weekend. Lovely weekend. Anyway, be good. Bye bye.